So you already know how to back and lay accumulators sequentially. That's great, that's the hard part done. And now you've got an accumulator offer that you want to take advantage of. But with all these games coming up, how do you know which selections are going to be the best? In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the ACCA Finder. This is a tool that will help you make the best choices when creating your accumulator, so you can start tackling these accumulator matched betting offers. Hey guys, The Frugal Life here, back with another video. This channel is all about teaching you how to get started with matched betting and teaching you the basics. Give the video a like and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos just like this that will help you on your own matched betting journey. When matched betting, you're sometimes going to find offers where you need to place a qualifying bet as an accumulator to then unlock a free bet, or even sometimes the other way around. And once you have an accumulator offer in mind, because you know how to back and lay accumulators, you know how to take advantage of that offer and turn it into profit. But with a plethora of different leagues and games to bet on, finding an accumulator with tight back and lay odds can be quite difficult. For a qualifying bet, as I always say, the tighter you can get the back and lay odds, the smaller your qualifying loss is going to be. And the smaller your qualifying loss, essentially the less that you're paying to unlock your free bets, which is where we make our money. Although accumulators are a little bit more complicated than normal bets, they do have total back odds and lay odds, meaning the same rules apply. And this leads us to the ACCA Finder. The ACCA Finder is a tool from OddsMonkey that will help us find the best selections for our accumulator based on their back odds and lay odds. To find this, go onto OddsMonkey, click Tools at the top of the page, then click Accumulator, and then click ACCA Finder. In the ACCA Finder, you'll see two main tabs, Found ACCAs and My ACCAs. The Found ACCAs tab is where we're going to search for new accumulators, and the My ACCAs tab is where we save all of our previous accumulators. That's the relationship between the two tabs. Let's look more into the first tab, Found ACCAs, because that's always where we're going to start our search. Here you'll find the best accumulator selections presented in table format. If you're familiar with the Odds Matcher, the ACCA Finder is just like the Odds Matcher, but built for accumulators. It's going to find the best accumulator selections with the best odds for reducing qualifying losses or extracting profit. By default, the ACCA Finder is sorted by EV, which stands for expected value, with the highest at the very top. This is the mathematical expected value you'd get from doing this offer. Depending on the bookmaker, sometimes the expected value can be quite a healthy size, but a lot of the time it will be the same as the qualifying loss in the next column. This is going to tell us how much our qualifying loss is going to be in doing this ACCA with the odds at this current time. The next column, named ACCA, details a number of different things about our accumulator. It tells us how many legs are on our accumulator, which teams are playing, which teams we're going to back, whether it's the home or away team, and the back odds for each of those selections. Bookie just tells us which bookmaker we're going to place our back bet accumulator at. The date column shows us our start kickoff date and our end kickoff date, as well as the duration of the whole accumulator. Next you have the total back odds and lay odds of the accumulator. These are calculated by multiplying the odds from each of the individual selections. And the last column is the most important. This is where we're going to open the ACCA calculator or ACCA file, whatever you want to call it. This is where you're going to find your accumulator calculations, and you'll need this to track your progress. If you want to know more about this accumulator calculator, check out this video here. In that video, we looked at how to use the calculator to lay accumulators sequentially. Again, for the sake of this video, let's assume that we're going to place a qualifying bet using an accumulator. And just for ease of use, if you click any of the headings, it's going to reorder your table based on the heading that you clicked. So we're going to click the qualifying loss heading to reorder our results by qualifying loss, with the lowest qualifying losses at the very top. There's a few more buttons in the Found ACCAs tab that's worth paying attention to. If you click the button at the very top that says All ACCA Offers, you'll get a drop down full of all sorts of accumulator offers. If you're going through OddsMonkey's list of matched betting sign-up offers, you're going to find a few of those offers in this list. Next to that is an orange filter button. This is very similar to the filter that's used within the Odds Matcher. And if you don't already know how to use the Odds Matcher, for much simpler matched betting offers, click this video here. By clicking the filter button, you can choose to filter your ACCA search by various different means. You can select and deselect different type of accumulator offers from different bookmakers. You can choose what betting exchanges you want to compare lay odds with, whether that's the Betfair exchange, Smarkets, or both. You can determine the minimum and maximum odds based on the terms and conditions of that offer, And if you want to include or exclude specific games, you can do that by entering text in these two boxes in the top corner. If you want to find an accumulator within 2 date ranges, you can do that. And for an accumulator to start and finish on an exact date, just click these two boxes. And if you want to adjust the minimum or maximum duration of your Akka, you can do that by dragging the nodes in the bottom right corner. Click apply when you want to apply your changes, clear all to reset the filter, and click hide if you want to hide the filter. And of course, make sure that you refresh your search results every so often so that Akka Finder is using the most up-to-date odds. If you want to see search results from other pages, just go ahead and click them. And you can change the number of results per page to a maximum of 50. So that's pretty much a whole roundup of the Found Akkas tab. So now let's move on to the second one, My Akkas. So as we touched on earlier, the My Akkas tab is where all of your current and old Akkas are saved. Thankfully, it's a lot simpler than the other tab, and I'll give you a quick summary of what's going on. Each row is an entirely different Akka saved from the Akka Finder. This will of course be empty at the very beginning, but as you progress, each row will be an entirely separate Akka that you've saved from the Akka Finder. On the far right hand side, you'll see that same button that will get you into the accumulator calculations. If your accumulator is still active and alive, the calculator will show you exactly how much you need to lay in your next leg of your accumulator. From here, you can actually send email alerts for your accumulator. I personally use my phone for reminders, so I didn't actually know this was a feature, but some of you out there might prefer the native email alert system. In the calculator, you can make any updates or changes to lay odds that you need to do, and then you can save it and close out of the calculator. Looking at the summary of our saved Akkas, it will indicate which legs have won or lost, indicated by the W or L. And if a game has already been played, it's going to highlight that text in red, and if it's yet to be played, it's going to highlight that text in black. This is a very subtle feature, but it gives you a great overview and summary of all of your accumulators. And if you're done with an accumulator and you want to delete the calculations, just click the red bin icon and it will be removed. That's pretty much a full breakdown of the Akka Finder, and I hope you found that helpful. If you want to start using the Akka Finder for yourself, I'll have an affiliate link to OddsMonkey's free trial in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video today, give the video a like and hit that subscribe button to stay on top of all of my future videos. Comment below if you've got any questions for me, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.